Two tornadoes in two countries, an Ebola outbreak past 100 days, and a striker changing clubs. What holds? The things that move fast and the things that take longer than they should. Weather doesn't wait for readiness. Disease doesn't either. And the people trying to stop it say the same thing each time they arrive. We go first to listen. A Chelsea player has backed his teammate for a breakout season after making his own mark at the club. Morgan Rogers scored on his Chelsea debut. He then made a prediction about his best friend Cole Palmer. Rogers said Palmer would tear up the Premier League this season. The comments came after Palmer suffered World Cup heartbreak with England. The two players are close friends as well as teammates at Stamford Bridge. Rogers used his own successful debut to shine a spotlight on what Palmer might achieve in the months ahead. Mirror Football reported this. The entire court system in Zambia has been shut down. Rights groups and the country's law association are demanding an explanation for the closure. In Guinea, rescuers are still working to pull victims from a landfill that collapsed. The disaster has killed people, though the exact number remains unclear. Nigeria has said goodbye to a beloved actor. Ogogo, a veteran star of Nollywood films, has been buried in his hometown. Heartbroken crowds attended the funeral. He died from cancer. France 24 Africa reported this. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has been facing criticism after meeting with Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani came to his defense on Monday. A reporter asked Mamdani whether he would support Jeffries becoming Speaker if Democrats win back the House in the fall midterm elections. Mamdani said yes. The meeting with Kushner had drawn blowback from some Democrats. Jeffries represents New York in Congress. The Hill reported this. A woman has died from an incurable cancer linked to asbestos exposure. Caroline Bryan was diagnosed with the disease and died just 3 months later. She was in her 40s. Her family now believes she may have been exposed to asbestos while attending school as a child. Asbestos was commonly used in British school buildings for decades before its dangers were fully understood. The material can cause fatal illness many years after someone breathes in its fibers. Caroline Bryan's death has raised questions about whether her school was responsible for her exposure to the substance. BBC News reported this. A crash on the A66 motorway has left 7 people dead. 2 police officers were among those killed early on Saturday morning. Their marked car was hit by a Volkswagen Passat at 3:30 in the morning. The collision happened on the A66. 5 other people also died in the incident. The officers were on duty at the time. Police have not released their names. It is one of the deadliest road accidents in recent years. BBC News reported this. 2 police officers died when a car hit theirs on the A66 early Saturday morning. 5 others were killed in the same crash. Tornadoes came down in New York and Delaware as storms moved through the mid-Atlantic. Severe storms have brought tornadoes to parts of the northeastern United States. The twisters touched down in New York and Delaware as the weather system moved through the region. Torrential rain also hit the mid-Atlantic area during the same storm system. Tornadoes are relatively rare in this part of the country, particularly in New York State. The storms affected densely populated areas where such extreme weather is uncommon. BBC Science reported this. A resort company owes more than $26 million in unpaid property taxes on land that local residents are now fighting over. New Falmouth Resorts Limited bought more than 260 acres at Cooper's Pen back in 2006. Tax Administration Jamaica records show the company hasn't paid property taxes for 6 straight years since 2020. That's racked up penalties of more than $2 million. The land is prime real estate. It's also at the center of a public dispute with Cooper's Pen residents. Jamaica Gleaner reported this. Hamburg have signed a new striker. The German club have brought in Terem Moffi from Nice on a permanent deal. Moffi is a Nigerian international who had been playing in France. He's been given the number 9 shirt at his new club. Hamburg will be hoping the forward can add goals as they look to strengthen their attacking options this season. Bundesliga reported this. A tornado has torn through a village in southwest France, injuring dozens of people. Pomus was hardest hit. Hundreds of homes were damaged there. 15 people were taken to hospital. The tornado struck without warning. France sees tornadoes, but they are rare and usually much weaker than those in the United States. The injured are being treated at local hospitals. Emergency crews are still assessing the full extent of the damage to properties across the village. BBC Science reported this. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo has now lasted 100 days. It's the deadliest on record. 2 senior health officials have just returned from the affected region. John Kaseya and Tedros Adhanom, Ghebreyesus, went to the town of Bunia. They met with survivors, health workers, and local leaders from the worst-hit areas. The community representatives had a clear message. They want to be involved in stopping the disease. They say they understand where families go for care and how information spreads in their communities. They also know why people have stopped trusting the response efforts. The 2 officials say Ebola moves through communities, so listening to those communities is essential to halting its spread. Guardian Africa reported this.